Welcome back from Ground Zero, everybody. I'm Neil Cavuto. As this city, this nation gets ready to look back at 10 years. And I was talking to the crew here, and a lot of producers and a lot of other crews that are, you can't see them, they're lined up and down this entire building roof here. It doesn't seem like 10 years, but indeed it has been. And 10 years ago, of course, we sort of remarshaled our efforts to build up our defenses and get ready for what would be a lifelong war against terror, as then President Bush put it, that we'd never be able to let down our guard. But now, of course, in very tough budgetary environments here, that's just what some critics of the president's latest proposals are saying, that he's letting down the guard, cutting back on defense, and this latest debt agreement that calls for pairing another $500 billion in defense spending over the next 10 years. He's Congressman Mac Thornberry. He's a Republican from the fine state of Texas. So, Congressman, you were at the president's speech last night. He did not detail the cuts per se in defense, but they're built in there. This super committee could opt to remove them and substitute those cuts to get savings elsewhere. But you're saying now is not the time, and in light of these heightened terror threats, certainly not the time to even be considering it. Is that the gist of it?
Well, that's true. Defense has been cut enough, and from President Obama's budget proposal that he gave us in February until today, they estimate roughly $330 billion has already been cut out of defense if you stretch it out over the next 10 years. And so that's enough. We don't more. Now, we need to keep working to reduce waste and inefficiency in the Pentagon, make sure we're getting the most for every dollar we spend, absolutely. But as far as whacking away at people, at weapon systems, at research to help us deal with the threats of the future, we've cut enough, no more.
You know, there are a lot of folks who look at, including Senator John McCain, and who knows a thing or two about these matters, sir, says, you can't tell me there's not room for savings in any budget, defense included. Are you just afraid that if they open up that I guess, defense Pandora's box, there's hell to pay, and that they'll just go at it recklessly, or what?
Yeah, and they will cut things that don't make any sense. As I said, there is, of course, there are inefficiencies, there's waste in the Pentagon, and it is part of Congress's job to ferret that out and make sure we're spending money better and getting more for the dollars that we spend. But to have some big whack at defense, $600 billion more as could happen under sequestration, would be a big mistake. You know, Neil, just think about the central fact of the last 10 years is that we have not had another 9/11. Why is that? Well, partly it's because of good luck. Partly it's because of citizens being alert and active and so forth. But largely it's because law enforcement and intelligence and military professionals have done their job every day to keep us safe. And part of that job is taking the fight to the terrorists over there so we don't have to deal with them over here. And it has been incredibly successful. It has been expensive. But we can't backtrack now because it will increase the danger we face.
Congressman, thank you very much.